I live in a world that is surrounded by the profoundly ignorant. I live in the most ignorant country on the planet with the most ignorant people, not you, but we're people who do not understand anything. And no matter how I try to do this, no matter how I try to frame it, I feel like I'm wasting my time. But we're going to surge ahead, my friend. America has never cared about foreign policy, never understood it, never cared, it never grasped any of it. None of it. It had no interest in it whatsoever. None. None. And I have spent this morning, and by the way, I speak about this more in detail on my private channel, because don't ever let anybody fool you. If you think that the rules of discourse and discussion have been lifted, if you think you've been given the all okay, the clear sailing to say whatever you want about whatever, you are out of your mind. If you think that all is safe, that there's a new haven, that, hey, Elon's here and Alex is here and we can say, if you think that, let me also tell you something. You better watch what you're saying in public. And if you want to talk about Israel or Palestine, you better know sure as hell know who is around you and what they're going to do, because I am telling you, like I know I'm here. I want you to know, be very, very careful. There is no freedom of speech. There is no anything. There is no freedom of speech. I can't say this enough to you. Now, I want you to answer me a question. Who right now is new? Who has never listened to me, to Lionel Nation, met our friends? Who? I'm curious. Can you give me an idea? Who is new here? I see a lot of the regular Big Dick Bork, Silver Fox, Varkin, Hart, 4, as though there are others. Many of the usual, their family. They're this weird kind of a, disconnected family members. But who is new here? This is what I want to get to. I want to find out the people that are new. And I want you to listen very, very carefully. And we're going to get to this in a moment. Now, make sure you always, always, always like this video. Make sure you subscribe to this video. And make sure you hit that little bell so you're always notified of new broadcasts and the like, which is very, very critical. Now, before we begin, this is critical. I can't say this enough. I have been an advocate, a steadfast proponent of the necessity of emergency prepared food for anything from weather to supply chain disasters to you name it. And the most important is preparewithlionel.com with the special this month that's going to blow you away and knock your socks off. Listen carefully. Well, chances are you've seen it before. The chaos in the markets, oil and stocks. Just when you thought it was safe and interest rates were rising, new threats come out of nowhere. Tensions are boiling from Asia to Europe. Adaptation is the key here to safeguarding your wealth. You may not have considered gold before. It's not speculation, but insurance. And right now, you need some insurance. Noble Gold Investments have been protecting investors from disaster for years with precious metals. So if you're worried, it might be time to take a fresh look at gold and silver. Gold is a proven safe haven shield for your portfolio and a volatility balance against uncertainty. If it helps, Noble Gold Investments is offering a free 3-ounce silver American Virtue coin with its new IRAs this month. If you open your Noble Gold Investments IRA or 401k rollover, you can claim your coin today. Remember, crisis brews, portfolios waver, and gold insulates. Secure yourself against the threats. So go to LionelNationGold.com. That's LionelNationGold.com, or call 877-646-5347 and tell them Lionel sent you. The only gold company I trust. Now remember, There's always a risk of investment, and there's no guarantee of any kind. So important about that was actually noble gold or Lionel Nation gold. And it was so secret that I wanted you not to know what it was. So I said it was actually about food when in fact it wasn't. That's how critical it is. Always got to pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm always going to throw you a curveball. Always going to make you think. Now, who, by the way, is news? Who is news? Who been here since 20? Oh, Poo Poo joins us. Thank you. You know, this is terrific. We got all kinds of new folk. Okay, we got through regular folks. Now, number one, I just had a brand new Lionel Nation take. And I want you to watch something here. And I want you to listen, and I always want you to pay attention, and I want you to learn. And what I want you to learn is as follows. First, before I forget, did you get yesterday's newsletter? It's going to come out today again. Did you get the newsletter? Did you get this? Tell me you've signed up for this. I don't know how to tell you this. This is a great newsletter. Why not today? I'm going to send another one today for those who perhaps did not open it or whatever it is. Sign up for the newsletter. It makes the most sense. For the love of God, sign up for the newsletter. That's it. I don't know how to say it in any other way other than that. Another thing too, which is critical. This is and by the way, I can say this only on this. This is the private channel. This is a subscription channel. This is what Tucker's doing. This is what Twitter eventually is going to be paywall. It's going to be paywall. Absolutely. Hello, Tampa, my hometown. It's going to be paywall. You see where they say Tampa is the best place to retire. Okay. All right. I'm not arguing. And it could very well be. Okay. It could very, very well be. In any event. There's a video I saw which was put on by that complete waste of flesh, Piers Morgan, who is just a wimp. He, along with, did you see the other day, who was it? Fredo Cuomo puts on a woman with Tourette's and they're laughing at her. That's great. Huh? It's horrible. Horrible. The lowest form of life. This is Tourette's neurological. Thanks. Next, we're going to have kids who have trouble walking. We're going to, this is why cable news is just dead. It's just dead. But there is a debate between Norman Finkelstein and Alan Dershowitz. Please watch this. Listen, this is the most incredible. Have somebody say something now and then have somebody refute it or challenge it immediately. Not later on, but immediately. This is critical. And what you have to understand, if you are interested, and let me tell you something. Why should you be interested in this? What difference does it make? Why is it important? Why is it critical for you to understand or care about Gaza and all this stuff? Well, let me tell you, because Hamas is going to come here. Did you know that? Oh, yeah. They're going to be here. You dig what I'm saying? I'm telling you, they're going to be here. And you might say, wait a minute, why would they be here? Well, let me tell you something. If Hamas were here, and if they were to do something, let's say blow up a mall in Cleveland, who would actually benefit from such? Well, let's look at it. Let's ask ourselves the question. A lot of people who for the longest time said, oh, God, that's that Middle East stuff. I don't have time for that shit. They're always complaining, always blowing each other up. They're always going to do. Look, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do. It's the way it is. Don't worry, right? This is what people think, right? Am I right? This is what people think. Well, if you wanted to make people aware of what's going on, how would each party do it? How would the Palestinians do it? And how would the Israelis do it? Well, one thing Israelis might want to do, if I were to write a book, if I were to write a screenplay, if I were to write a spy novel, What I would do is I would have the Israelis. I'm not saying they're going to do this, but I would say this. Do a false flag. I would have the Israelis have the whoever it is, Hamas or whoever their enemy is, do something here that actually they didn't do, but they would be blamed for it, so that the Israelis could turn around and say, "See, this is what we're dealing with." Then again, you got a second question: is what difference does it make to the Israelis what Americans think one way or the other? Americans don't care about anything. Next, what would the Palestinians do to affect how people think? Well, the first thing they've got to do is get rid of these imbeciles who are saying these horrible and rancid things, which turn Americans off. Again, if you care anything about what Americans think about this. So you have this weird thing that's going on. And you have this America that's oblivious. You have Joe Biden who said, "I'm a Zionist." What's your take on that? Does that help things? What is this? Do you think Americans know what a Zionist is? Do you understand? Do you understand? I believe in many respects, and I know what Dershowitz is. Dershowitz is a smart guy. And Dershowitz has portrayed, and I'm just saying this, he's never told me this, I have no idea. I look at people the way they are. Absolutely, I have no idea. There's Cheryl Callahan, by the way. Cheryl, God bless you. Cheryl does a countdown, every hour. She is the most devoted member of the family. Cheryl, we love you. Thank you, dear heart. That's for you. Thank you. Alan Dershowitz, if you think this guy's a liberal, okay, that is such bullshit. Because the liberals of Alan Dershowitz's youth, the liberals of George McGovern, hey, I can dig George McGovern, the liberals of Gene McCarthy, the liberals of Bobby Kennedy, John Kennedy was a conservative, but those days are over. The liberals today are nuts, crazy, and this is bullshit. Pardon my French, I'm sorry, but it's true. And when Dershowitz says, "Well, I voted for, I don't like Trump," you're absolute, you love Trump. Don't give me this stuff. You're saying that to placate your friends on the Vineyard and Edgartown and Chilmar, whatever, the Vineyard Haven and blah, blah, blah. That's nonsense. I don't believe that for a moment. You know it and I know it. The world has changed. You're not a liberal anymore. Stop saying this. Obama, please. He knows where his bread is buttered. Dershowitz knows more. He knows where the bodies are buried. He's a survivor. Okay? But don't give me this crap, Al, about, well, I'm a Biden. But stop it. Stop it. Nobody's a Biden supporter. They're a non-Trump supporter. Nobody's a Biden supporter. They're a Democrat. Nobody wants Joe Biden. Let me make this straight, Al. Nobody wants Joe Biden. Joe Biden's out of it. He's a liar. He's a crook. He's just a thug. He's a criminal. And that stupid son of his, he goes, "Well, I showed up." What? Well, I showed up. You showed up for what? I showed up for the subpoena. No, numbnuts. Doesn't mean show up in front of the Capitol. You got to go in the Capitol. Okay. Try that one. I was subpoenaed to testify before the grand jury. Well, I went to the grand jury. No, you were in the parking lot. Can you believe anybody's even doing this? Now, Norman Finkelstein, you know who he is? You got to watch him. First of all, he is one of the most, he never smiles. He looks like his goldfish died. He looks like he's lost every friend. And he talks like this. He reminds me of Professor Dershowitz. He's very easy. He is a court reporter's dream. Take your time. In 1985, you said in the National Spectator magazine, and I quote, "Blueberries are not a fruit." and you're listening, and Piers Morgan said, okay. And then in 19, did you ever see the famous debate on Amy Goodman? You said in footnote 43, and this was exactly taken from the book by Howie Mandel, who wrote, I Pooped My Pants. You said this, Professor Dershowitz. I mean, it's just like, geez. Alan Finkelstein could completely reverse teen pregnancy by explaining the sex act. The male's protuberance is excited and engorged through profusion of the corpus cavernosa, causing turgidity and tumescence in the glands. The erect member. Okay, thank you. We're not interested. No, it's the best, but no, it's okay. Intromission. Oh, please stop. He could kill anything. He could tell you you've won the lottery and you don't want to hear it. No, please stop. No, you've won the no, please. I'll forego the 50 million. Just stop talking to me. But he's smart. He's smart. Gene Autori spitting coffee. Gene Autori is from the word janitory or janitorial, as opposed to Gene Autry, who was the singing cowboy, Mr. Dershowitz. Anyway, now, listen to him, though. He's brutal. Here's Alan Dershowitz. Very simple. Here's how it works. If you want this to end, you've got to end. We're gonna destroy Hamas. What? We're going to destroy Hamas. How do you destroy Hamas? Simple. Hamas is in Gaza. We're going to destroy Gaza. Wait a minute. No, that's where they are. Excuse me. What about the tens of thousands? Well, we're going to have to get Hamas because Hamas is a terrorist organization. That doesn't work anymore. But excuse me, but you can't go into, this doesn't work anymore. Yes, you're right. They're terrorists, whatever it is. Or we will allow this to happen so long as Gaza refutes and abnegates and separates any and all connections with Hamas. Excuse me. This is their decision, not yours. They're the ones who decide. They're the ones who decide who is and who isn't Hamas, or who is. You can't tell them that. So listen to this very carefully. Listen to this. It's a very, it shows you the intractable nature of this, the complexity of what's happening. It is beyond anything we have seen. Okay, do you hear what I'm saying? It goes beyond anything we have seen. All right. Now, another thing too. See this record stocks record high. Fed third rate in 24. Drudge Report. Why do you think they are doing this? New question, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Why are they doing this? Why? Why? Or as Norman Finkelstein would say, why are they taking this particular cause and tack? Why are they Why? Why are they doing this? Why? Because they're bolstering this nonsense. They are Drudge. And where is Matt Drudge? Is he alive? Is Matt Drudge even alive? Can we have a welfare check on him? Does he exist anywhere? Where is he? Remember Matt Drudge with that? He talks like that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, like Edward G. Robinson. Yeah. He had the fedora, the Winchell hat. Is he alive? I don't know. Drudge Report. Look at this. I'm Bay Buchanan. Remember how Bay and you do the karate chop, Bay and Pat Buchanan? Where is Bay Buchanan? And Bay Leaf. And Old Bay, which is great for crab boils. But I digress. Drudge Report is nothing but a shill for the Democratic Party. That's it. So when you see this, they're saying, hey, stocks are doing great. Your 401k, that's because they realize they're dying. And that's to get you to believe this canard, this falsity, this fictive lie that somehow, hey, stick with the Democrats. You're going to do great in the long run. Nonsense. That's what this is. It's complete balderdash. Balderdash, I tell you. Do you hear what I'm saying? That's what this is. And you know that the Fed's they're gonna drop interest rates 2 to 4 before try to artificially stimulate the economy prior to the elections. We know what's happening. We know what's happening. Okay, come on, stop it. Look at these other great ones too. Here's a great story. By the way, Rudy Giuliani, they are going to absolutely destroy him. They are going to go after him and they are going to clobber him. Did you hear how they quantified the testimony in? I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like this. Rudy, the once great Rudy, the once incredible Rudy. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. It's just unreal. Okay, unbelievable. Okay. I got to say this one. Watch the documentary Endgame on X. Alex Jones used to do some of the best documentaries ever. And I so commend such to you. They are terrific. Absolutely terrific. Okay. It's wonderful. Oh, did you see this? Zero Hedge? Again, you got to be Zero Hedge. Go to InfoWars. Good stuff. Pentagon seeks EMP weapon to eliminate drone swarms. Electromagnetic pulse. Baby, if I had to be a bomb, that's what I would be. An EMP monster. What is that? An electromagnetic pulse. They talked about Iran having it. Low orbit, suborbital, it's not beyond. It's a nice nuclear blast, low yield, no radiation, but just takes out everything. A Carrington class, remember in the 19th century, the Carrington, they had coronal flares and it just took out every telegraph, everything there was. Imagine what this would be like. No electricity, no internet, no power, no nothing. Be like Gaza. I mean, nothing. People went ape shite during Sandy and during various storms that we've had. You couldn't exist. Nobody could exist. I don't know if I could exist without the internet. No way. No way. How do we protect against that, dear friends? How do we protect against it? One of these things is you must equip yourself with the truth. Now, look at this. Americans tell Zelensky to stop crying and give all your money to his corrupt organization. Alex Jones and Elon Musk choose Team Humanity. Biden administration pushing U.S. towards economic suicide. The American people have finally been financially assassinated as $149 trillion in derivatives comes due. Breaking, NATO officially mobilizes for direct war with Russia. It goes on and on. By the way, some of these people you might want to think, wow, no, that's necessarily true. How do I say this? There's just so much. How about this? Hamas leader names conditions for peace talks. Hamas. See, what you've been told is we don't negotiate with Hamas. Why would somebody say that? Why would somebody say we don't negotiate with Hamas? Why? Well, one reason might be because we don't want to do anything to negotiate. We don't want a resolution of this. We don't want a resolution of this. Do you see what we're saying? We don't want a resolution of this. Period. End of discussion. What else do we have? I got so much good stuff here. It's so great. So much great. Oh my God. I'm telling you, if you're missing this, if you're not watching what is happening, I don't even know how to tell you. I don't even know how to put it into words. If you're not watching this, I have been doing this now since 1988. That's when I first took to the microphone professionally in 1988. And it was, well, it was something. And I've been through this before, and I got to tell you something which is so incredibly interesting. And one of the things which I've noticed, one of the things which I found to be fascinating is that, hang on a minute. Yes. One thing is that I have never in my life, I have never seen anything that is in any way, and I say this, in any way as incredible as what we're seeing now. I have never seen anything like what we are seeing today. And I've never seen a more clueless group of people in my life than what we are seeing today. Does that make sense to you? I have never seen anything remotely like this right now. The other night, I was talking to, and by the way, I want you to understand something, especially if you're listening to us for the first time. Everything that happens specifically in the world right now is about distracting you and pulling you away from what really matters. This nonsense about this RuPaul doppelganger and all these people that Harvard, whatever, this is not important to anybody whatsoever. This has nothing to do with reality at all. Period. I'm telling you right now, I'm making this clear as I possibly can. Remember, college campuses must remain open, especially to discuss everything and to advance everything and to whatever it is. And that means if you want to talk about genocide or whatever it is regarding Israel or Hamas or whatever, you've got to be able to say that regarding trans folks. You can't turn around and say, hey, listen, we have to take things into context when you have a Title IX lecture to teach people about the proper use of pronouns and that how you could be perhaps, in some cases, it is alleged, that you could be bounced from university campuses because you dare to use the wrong or you fail to identify the legitimacy of pronouns. Do you hear what I'm saying? So that's what that's about. It's not whether these people are vulnerable. It's the inconsistency. That's it. Okay? But that's it. That is a distraction. We've had enough of this. Let me tell you what's happening right now. Your world is completely changing. And you've got one of the biggest elections coming up right now. And I'm telling you, and I want you to hear me. You got to hear about this. Well, I talked about it a bit on my private channel about this Christmas party we went to. And Mrs. L and I were doing dirty dancing like you cannot believe. It was filthy. And they loved it. But I digress. People don't understand it in this country. And I'm with a bunch of Republicans. And I kept telling them, Donald Trump, they're not going to let him win. They're not going to let Donald Trump win because, first of all, the Republicans are all they're worried about is Hunter Biden. Why do you want to impeach a guy who's not going to be running for office? It's a smokescreen. Who cares about this? Joe Biden is not going to be on the ballot, period. He can't. You know it. I know it. It's going to be Gavin Newsom. That's why Gavin Newsom met with Xi Jinping. That's why Gavin Newsom is the guy who had the debate with Ron DeSantis. Gavin Newsom is the guy. I don't know why we got to keep telling you this. And when Jim Jordan, Marjorie Taylor Greene, did you see her in where she was standing in the back next to Comer? She didn't say a word, but she had to get in the picture. It's like, what are you doing there? She's been a complete flop. Marjorie Taylor Greene was just guns a-blazing. A waste of time. Phony baloney. Boebert, Matt Gaetz. Where's Matt Gaetz? Remember, They've got so much dirt on Matt Gaetz. Whenever you see him quiet down, you're wondering, are they turning up the heat? Everybody's compromised in this place. Republicans are the biggest bunch of phonies in the world. Biggest bunch of phonies. Biggest. And I'm telling you right now, this business about having impeachment inquiries, why? And by the way, Miranda Devine, nobody gives a goddamn about you and your Hunter Biden laptop. That's over with. The world is falling apart. There's going to be nuclear conflagration, and you're talking about his laptop. What is the matter with you? That's why I despise the GOP, despise the DNC, and despise what is left of this Oshios completely disconnected world of irrelevant talk or not talk. What am I trying to say? What the hell am I trying to say? Cable news. That's it. Okay, now let's talk about this. This is what I was going to talk about before. Preparewithlionel.com. If you had to go a week with no food, let's say there were no stores, everything, Costco, Piggly Wiggly, Publix, Kroger, Acme, whatever the hell it is, a week shut down. A week. Could you do it? Oh, you've got stuff in your cupboard in your larder. No. 90 days? Don't even kid yourself. Listen to this critical. If this doesn't get you on board, nothing will. Listen to this critical message from our good friends at preparewithlionel.com. They can't handle the truth, but you can. The truth is the clowns running this joint live for chaos. And many of our problems could be solved overnight, but they let them be. Destruction fuels them. If you can handle that truth, you need to visit my website, preparewithlionel.com. Preparewithlionel.com. You'll get $60 off a much-needed 4-week emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. The country's largest preparedness company, My Patriot Supply, is your fighting chance at survival. Sealed inside rugged packaging, these delicious meals last up to 25 years and provide over 2,000 calories a day. Think about that. Eat right in emergencies with this 4-week food kit from My Patriot Supplies. At this low price, you can get one for everyone in your family. Visit preparewithlionel.com. Write this down. Commit it to memory. Preparewithlionel.com. Order by 3 p.m. for free same-day shipping. Prepare right now at preparewithlionel.com. One more time. Preparewithlionel.com before total chaos ensues. Isn't that great? And chaos is coming, my friends. Oh, no. You have no idea. This is what I want you to understand. I want you to get it through your head. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, there is a big change coming in this world. And you have got to get away, pull yourself away from cable news, understand something. You have to devote yourself every single day to focusing on what is happening, specifically focus on what's happening regarding, and this is important, today, the collapse of the Western hegemon. One of the most important stories. You have to realize, you have to recognize, you have to pay close attention to the fact that if you're going to stay in touch with what's happening, you cannot watch Fox News. You cannot watch Newsmax or whatever. This is a waste of time, a complete and total waste of time. Do you think that your society is bulletproof? Do you think that we Americans, that our republic is somehow unable to be destroyed? No. Free speech is under attack. And that's why one of the biggest things that's ever happened in the longest time is for there to be a resurgence, a reawakening regarding Elon Musk. When Elon Musk lifted the lid and let Alex Jones back in, this was the most important event. And I don't know how, because that signaled to the rest of the people that there's a new sheriff in town. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Good. And you can laugh all you want. Not you, but America. Because America thinks that somehow we're bulletproof. Oh no, we're exceptional. We're exceptional. You're not exceptional by any stretch of the imagination. You're not even. Okay, you got it? Okay. All right, my friends, that's enough. You have a great and glorious day. We will see you tonight at 7 p.m. per usual. Don't ever change me that sincerely. By the way, let me also remind you that it is so important, so critical, so necessary for you to recognize that Mrs. L has one of the best, absolute, one of the best websites, specifically YouTube channels there is. It is linzawarriors.com, and you've got to be a part of this. And here's her latest one, which is just terrific. This is talking to an immigration lawyer, because don't forget the problems with the border are still with us. So sign up for her. Watch this latest one. Watch this latest video. Pay attention. Do me a favor. You can laugh all you want. I like laughing. Laughing's fun. But you have no idea the shite that we are facing in the upcoming future. And I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but you ain't seen nothing yet. See you tonight at 7 p.m. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. Got more videos coming up later. Don't forget these immortal and important words. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da, da.